I'm Elizabeth Hauer, Chairman of the Adams County Republican Committee, and tonight is a unique first for two reasons. It's the first time to my knowledge that there has been a forum for candidates running for the Gettysburg School District. If I'm wrong, correct me. There was? When was that?
97 is one, and there have been others.
That's great. So I have to take that back. Okay. And number two, it is the first time, according to Roger and I, in our thought processes, that the Adams County Democrat Committee and the Adams County Republican Committee have co-hosted an event. And this started when, Roger? A couple months ago?
Yeah.
The thought processes. So we're delighted to have you. And so I'd like to introduce you to Roger Lund, Chairman of the Adams County Republican Committee. I said it with a straight face. Okay. Of the Democrat Committee, you all know that anyway. So.
We did receive regrets from two of the candidates, from Patricia Sims and Dale Biesecker. Just simply said they had other commitments tonight. Sally Michael also said she had other commitments tonight, but she did ask us for questions ahead of time that we would present. We did say we declined that request because what we wanted to do was this format where you all just ask questions, and it was inappropriate then. And Kristen Woodard has the flu running through her household, and she caught it, and so she's had intended to be here tonight, but she's ill. So that's.
Our goal this evening is to share knowledge with you about the people who are running for the school board position in the Gettysburg School District. And we do commend and applaud all of you for stepping up to the plate and your desire to serve the people of Adams County. On Tuesday, May 17th, those of you who live in the Gettysburg School District will choose 5 candidates for a 4-year term and 1 candidate for a 2-year term. In the United States, I'm just going to go into my little spiel. You'll understand why in a minute. In the United States of America, education was started and supported by parents. They built the little red one-room schoolhouses and they hired the teachers. The Pennsylvania State Constitution says the state is to provide a thorough and efficient education to its citizens. Having substitute taught during the last 4 years of my retirement, I would say that in some cases the state has failed. I would also contend that the parents and the citizens of Pennsylvania have failed as well. There are many factors in this equation: the breakdown of the family structure, the assumption that things are being done correctly, the abdication of responsibility to get involved, and the unfriendly nature of some of the school boards, to name a few. But I have met many dedicated teachers and administrators. But unfortunately, I've encountered children who do not have the command of their math factors, and because of this cannot multiply or divide. If any of you are grandparents out there and you've seen them do the lattice, it's impossible. I went on the Pennsylvania Department of Education website and looked at the district PSSA scores for the 11th grade for the school systems in Adams County. This is the district scores. The test scores are dismal. The mean score, mind you, for math in the state is 59.6. The mean score in Gettysburg is 63.4, so that's higher than average. The mean score for reading is 67.2 for the state, and Gettysburg is 66. It's below the average mean. I have to ask you, as a grandmother and a parent and a substitute teacher, why are we as citizens accepting average or below average? Why aren't we going for the best? Accepting below mean scores on the PSSA says to me something is very wrong. I do realize testing is not perfect. There have been arguments about testing since the Iowa test. But our children are the ones who are not getting the education they deserve, and we as citizens need to get more involved in the process, participate more regularly at school board meetings, so that we can make Pennsylvania schools the best in the nation. The point of all this little dissertation is that people who serve on the school board are very important to this process. Now we'll move on to the panel discussion.
Good evening, my name is Holly Fox. I live here in Gettysburg. My immediate family consists of my husband Larry, of 9 years, my son Kyle, 22 years old, and my stepson Jake, 21. What makes my position unique is I'm in an unusual position of being an incumbent while having never run for this office before. Last September, I was interviewed by the board and selected to fulfill the term of Mimi O'Neill, who had resigned. I am currently running for a 2-year term. I believe that public education is an important foundation in our society. It is the backbone of our culture. It is a central role in shaping, preparing, and inspiring our future adults. Simply put, public education does and can work. My conviction to serve on the Gettysburg School Board has been deepened by recent current events. I believe the Gettysburg School District is a good district, offering challenging and well-rounded curriculum, opportunities in an arts-based education, along with a great athletic program. This is the bottom line, in spite of the drama that has been surrounding our district recently. I believe the quality of our educational program deserves to regain our focus. School board members have several roles, I believe. One, establishing district goals to aid in raising and continuing student achievement. It is equally important for school boards to involve their communities and to be involved in assisting their communities in achieving these goals. It is essential that we oversee and evaluate financial matters of the district, operating policies, and evaluate school programming. Last but not least, it is the responsibility of all school board members to advocate on behalf of their students, teachers, community members, and schools. I have seen education from all sides. As a parent myself, as an arts educator, as a student candidate for my master's degree, and as a school board member. I've seen firsthand the many challenges and obstacles that teachers, administrators, and school boards face given the state mandates. I feel that my experience as an artist, educator, and business owner can help the board strike a balance between education and administration, finding common ground so that our district can continue to do an exemplary job for our children. You, the public, are burdened with the daunting task of electing or re-electing the candidates that you feel will best represent your concerns and your children. There are some very fine current board members, and there are some very fine challengers. It is easy for any of us to stand up before you and say, elect me. If I'm on the board, I will make sure this gets done and that gets done. But the public today is not a doe-eyed, uneducated public. The truth is, the current economy is an unimaginable hardship on all of us on many levels, and that's the real reason not all of us agree on philosophies or ideas. That's the real reason every single one of us in this room is a little bit scared. And only through working together, building trust, through integrity, can we pave the road for our children. All candidates, incumbents as well as challengers, should be elected on their own merits and not through mudslinging. One candidate hopeful has declared that I wasn't a diverse candidate, but here I am, a former professional dancer, an artist, and a former teenage mother. But that is beside the point. The most important quality in a candidate, something I believe that I possess, is the ability to advocate what's best for our students. In short, my integrity is not for sale, nor does it have an agenda. I do not agree with a top-down method of communication, but rather a bottom-up philosophy. Everything we do should originate with students, parents, and families